Hi, it's Summer. We're live and on the streets, and actually in the studio today with James Durbin. If you don't know who he is, you definitely will. He is everywhere. You are live and on the streets basically now, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
And we just saw your show last night at the ViperRoom. Is that the first time you played there?
Yeah, it was the first time I played at the ViperRoom. It's great, you know. It's a great staple of Sunset Boulevard history, and it's great to have played there. The band that we're on tour with right now, Buckcherry, that's actually where they got signed on the spot.
Yeah, actually, the last time I was at the ViperRoom last year, we saw Buckcherry. But we had to wait for the show for some reason. They kept saying there was technical difficulties. You were going to be a few minutes late. What was the truth on that one?
My wife and I were getting matching tattoos. Just to commemorate a great night.
So now you know when they say we're dealing with stage difficulties or something, it could just be the artist is going to go get a tattoo. It looks pretty good for just one day, though.
Yeah, it hurts.
Oh, so don't touch it, right?
Yeah, well, my vein is like lifted like a good inch.
Oh, wow, it is.
You know, it's not.
But it's a pretty cool tattoo.
Oh, it's a great tattoo.
Now, okay, since you came from American Idol and all of the performances and everywhere that they toured, how is it performing at the ViperRoom? Because that's the rock place. I mean, you can perform in arenas and everything all over the world, but that's the rock place.
Absolutely. You know, my thing has always been that I've wanted to earn my spot. And going on the Idol Live tour, it was fun. It was a blast. I mean, totally. But at the same time, it did feel like I was being handed it on a silver platter, and I didn't feel like I earned it completely, so I couldn't enjoy it as much as I will when I actually get there on my own merit. So it's a long way to the top to rock and roll. So we're on that road. We have the stepping stones. We're laying down the groundwork for our own path.
Mm-hmm. I think last night, you know, a lot of people, they're just cruising Sunset Boulevard. They see the ViperRoom. It's the world famous ViperRoom, and you think, I just want to see a band while I'm visiting Hollywood. I just got to see a band in there. So we really enjoyed the show. It was great. You rocked. It wasn't like we were seeing an American Idol guy at all. You're totally your own entity.
Yeah, plenty of swearing and profanity and sweating profusely and tattooed band members, that sort of thing.
And you said, because there's actually been a couple other interviews in the Hollywood Reporter Dome here, you couldn't hear yourself or whatever last night. All of the fun things that happen when you're in a live venue.
Exactly. No sound check, no nothing. It was just it was throw and go, but it was great. You know, that's what rock and roll is. It's not perfect, and I like those little, you know, those little CD hole in the wall type spots, you know, right there. And they opened up Johnny Depp's private viewing room, and that was cool. So we got to hang out in there and have a beer, me and my wife, and look at our tattoos, and it was very cool.
Yeah, they did the little secret room in the back there. We saw that. Oh, we took pictures in there. Yeah. Now, okay, so your record.
We sold 100,000 copies, and then literally like an hour after our Idol performance, it went from number 130 on the iTunes rock charts to number 5. The single "Higher Than Heaven" right now, here we are right now, is beating. It's outselling "Don't Stop Believin'." It's at number 4.
Which makes you don't stop believing, right?
Makes me, yeah, exactly. Feels pretty cool, at least for a day or a couple hours.
When did you start playing the guitar?
I started playing when I was about 10. I was looking for an outlet. I was being bullied a lot, and someone gave me a hand-me-down guitar and a chord book, and I just holed myself up in my room every day after school and taught myself how to play, because it didn't matter how crappy of a day I had or how good of a day I had. If I was feeling sad, I could make my own world as happy or as sad as I wanted it to, or as magical or as plain as I wanted it to, even if I couldn't really play. I just figure it out. Just, if I couldn't play the F, I'd play this thing. It's a little prettier.
So this is your skateboard, right?
Yeah, this is my skateboard. You know, I get to play weird things, and you know, there's all sorts of weird.
How was it to perform on American Idol for Steven Tyler? I mean, somebody who's obviously that's the proven judge. That's a guy you want to judge you, actually.
That's the only guy that I ever want to judge me. It was great, you know. Being back on the stage was cool. It was exciting in itself, and then being able to see the judges again. And I was looking for my wife to sing the song to her, but I couldn't find her in the crowd because there are no house lights. The judges have lights on them, and clearly they're right there. So I just sang the whole song to Steven.
I'm sure he enjoyed that.
I'm sure he did too. You know, it's fun. I just finished his book. It was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I encourage everyone to go read Steven Tyler's book. I think it's called "Does the Noise in My Head Bother You?"
Yeah, he's pretty good.
It's an awesome book. You just learn so much about him and his life growing up as a kid. Now I can look at him and before I looked at him, I was like, he's a god. Now I look at him, he's just like, can hold a conversation with him, and I can just like hang out. Like, what's up? How are you?
Well, I know, because so many people recently, they're saying, oh, you know, Steven Tyler on American Idol is kind of a little bit of a sellout, but we were talking about it earlier, and for you, an artist, I mean, that is the kind of a judge, somebody that's had that longevity of career. Doesn't that makes you look forward to your future?
It certainly does. I mean, he's been doing this for 42 years. He's been doing it since he was 17, 18, 19 years old, and, you know, I mean, he's had full-on success since he was that age. So he's always moving up. You know, it's a business. You start your own corporation by doing this, and that's what I'm doing. And there's so much that I can learn from him. Just, I mean, he's been doing it for 42 years. I mean, God willing, I hope I can have, you know, that kind of career. And just, you know, it doesn't need to be, you know, the most successful of successfuls. The Aerosmith has only had one #1 hit with "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing." That was their only #1 hit. They're almost done with their next record, so yeah, I'm really excited. They just announced their tour dates. I have to go see. You know,
maybe you should jump on one of those dates. Hopefully that'll work out for you.
Oh man, I wish.
Well, there's two things that I've learned about you this morning also. From this interview in between when we were waiting for him to come on, you're actually a very funny guy. You have a lot more for you in store than even just this. I mean, when he performs, he's just everything you do. You're that straight guy that half the things that come out is just so funny. Earlier, he was giving a lot of really good advice because you're pretty wise beyond your years. So, what would you tell somebody that's sitting in their room playing the guitar?
Keep it up. Don't give up. You know, believe in yourself and believe that you can do it, and put that good energy out there that you could be the greatest star, the greatest guitarist, the greatest rock star out there. You know, I mean, to me, an amazing guitarist, if that's what you're doing, isn't about, you know, being able to, you know, play super fast and all that crap. You know, Mick Mars is one of the most amazing guitar players ever, and he's not some super shredder. He plays with soul. He plays with feeling and gut and heart, and that's what makes him so great. You know, not everyone was the greatest. You know, they weren't just perfect picking like Yngwie Malmsteen. You know, like Jimi Hendrix had style. You know, he didn't matter if he missed a note or something, he'd pull it off because that's who he was, and he acted that way. Ace Frehley, probably the sloppiest lead guitar player ever, is one of the most amazing lead guitar players ever.
And nobody knows who he is.
You know, it's like, that's his style, you know. So find your style. Money can't buy style. You got to find it within you.
I am going to end on that because that's the greatest advice that I can imagine. Thank you so much for joining me, James Durbin. Look for him on tour. He's going to be everywhere. Oh, what's the website?
Go to www.durbinrock.com. That's DURBINROCK.com. Not org.com.
Durbin Rock.
Anything you need to know, where I've been, where I'm going, why I'll be there, you can find there. Please sign up for my e-newsletter. That's how you find out the latest and greatest of what we're doing. Please go to the merch and check out my CD, Memories of a Beautiful Disaster, in stores everywhere you can find it. Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, Target. What's that other place? Fry's has it. iTunes, Best Buy. Anywhere else you want it there, local mom and pop record shops, I'd say look there first because those are the people that deserve it the most. Keep it local. Santa Cruz.
He's good. Thanks for joining us live and on the streets. He's going to take us out.